So, welcome back to episode 2 of our Surviving Mars series. I said play through because I forgot how to spell series. So, as we left off, we finally got one of these water pumps. And now it works because this one's broken. And that's loud. Right in my ear. The hum of the shit. So he's actually pretty good and very efficient. Right. These are very efficient at creating fuel, except the thing is these things keep 50. Of course, there's upgrades later on that can take it down to 30 and then eventually 20, I think. Now it was 40, 30, or 30, then 20. But remember stuff. These can get really low when you don't need fuel. I do need fuel, but not much. Okay, I'm not sure what I'm really on about. But you guys remember when Smell-O-Vision? Honestly, I think Smell-O-Vision was horrible. Like, it's one of those transformer scenes in a movie where there's like burning rubber tires everywhere. No one would want to smell burning rubber. Some people might like it. But like if it's The Walking Dead, and it's just a horde of just undead people, that'd smell horrible. Your house would never smell the same.
Sector scanned.
Do you think Smell-O-Vision could probably work because, let's say when they're making a movie, behind the TV there's like tons of different canisters that smell like liquid agents. So there's this prank spray that I know this is off topic, but something like liquid ass. It's a prank spray that smells absolutely horrible. And man, it smells horrible. I saw a video of some guy used it on one of his roommates in the same room. And man, they had to evacuate. One dude put on a gas mask. But they could have just a bunch of different liquid scents behind the TV and program it in so that when this movie does, like when they're making the movie, they could say, so it smelled so and so, so the TV has to emit such and such. So yes, thank you for I'm waiting for my Nobel Prize any minute now. The first time we ever met. Yeah, see if I can actually start building a dome now. Oh yeah, another one. In this channel, I'm not going to go into politics or anything like that because that's just going to light a fire that no one really wants to be around. If you go into politics or other stuff, that's just going to light a fire that no one's going to want to be around when it catches. This is going to say something. I think these nodes do something like you found a rare thing of uranium salt, uranium phosphide or something like that. And if you want to keep it, it would be like 100 metal, or you could or since it's super rare, you can export it back to Earth, and it would get like 100 rare minerals. It would be that sort of thing. It's like the Telltale games. You get a science boost. So you can't see that, but I can't. There's a teeny black bar right here that shows the time that I've been recording.
Sector scanned. Anomaly found.
I'm just having a good time, having a good time.
We've just found Beagle 2.
Oh yeah.
Or at least what's left of it.
This is what I was talking about. Over years of 2/3 missions sent to Mars and a disaster. That is true. A lot of Mars missions did fail. It's true with bad luck, human error, simply the inevitable shooting blind into the dark. Reduces the cost of robotics tech by 10%. Oh yeah. I'm not sure why we couldn't just get that from the Beagle's blueprints, but I guess some of the data could help. Really, 1 iron for that. So this stuff right here, this may never ever leave. Like, I've had places where it starts out here, then expands all the way down to the left or all the way up to the right. And this area never really moves because it's just a foundation area. Well, at least until this gets destroyed, but most of this tech stays here. Can't wait till I get the large water reclamation. Not reclamation, water storage. Alright. Oh yeah, it must be connected to an oxygen consumer. Is that consuming enough? I remember reading about Moxies in an actual newspaper. I can't remember if it was they cooled down carbon dioxide to a point. I think something broke up in it into oxygen. I read that article a long time ago, but I remember I was fascinated how it worked. Nope, not yet. You don't have a dome, so no problem with production. Oh yes, that's a lot of metal. It would be nice if some drones came down here and... Yes! Yes! That's so much metal. I'm going to hold my seat. For some people that are new to this, the storage gets real fun. So it goes from these teeny little things to essentially 3 of these long universal storages, and it can hold like 4,000 pieces instead of 180.
Sector scanned.
Ooh, this one's ready to pick up. Oh jeez. Oh Lord,
Milestone achieved.
I'll have to pay for that as well. Oh my god, that's dust devils. The frick. This is what you get from gloating about your new found wealth in metal. What the heck? Something like this. Blocking objects. Yeah, you need this piece right here. I wish I could set a higher priority so that just means if they need metal, they go here more. And I see shuttles and rockets require less fuel. So man, before you get humans, it's the worst thing you can do before cut humans, speaking like a robot. Before you get colonists, you want everything laid out for them. As in, you want the Moxies, you want fungal farms, you want everything. Personally, I do not like mushrooms. But that's besides the point. They're gonna have to eat some mushrooms. This is only really good for if, let's say, you have a storage unit there, and you have like one all the way down here, which I'm planning on expanding down here, because I have a suspicion that there's some very good items here, or up here. Then be a pain in the butt to have to build domes all the way down here. And I'm just gonna have a bunch of 2 shuttles. Shuttle domes, 8 shuttles, something like that. Ship them. These things do produce a ton of waste rock. Thinking about creating this account, like if this account does
Resources
take off,
available.
I'm thinking about maybe creating a Discord, this channel's Discord account, to see if I'm in the negative power. Oh wait, that's just mine, so what kind of side about? Let's follow up actually. Bam. So, ooh, right on the edge. It's nice how they have metal deposits on the surface, so you're not instantly boned from the start. So you're not instantly rushed from the start to get people to here to quickly start getting metal. Metal's expensive to import.
Sector scanned.
Yes, I know these things do kick up some dust. But it'd be real nice if these water extractors, instead of kicking up dust, they actually added some water to the atmosphere, and it sort of lowered the rate that dust would collect on these. Because if you think about it, the moisture would just collect dust, right, from the air. I'm not sure where I was going with that, but something along those lines where the moisture could stop the dust. Think so? This one's doing a good job. It'd be really nice if there's a game like this, but multiplayer. Right? I would spawn on these few tiles, and he would spawn like up here in these few tiles, and one would spawn down there. And if you wanted to, you could connect up your bases, or like at least share resources. If you know, let's collect the bases. Or even if there's a mode where it's sort of like a conquest where you can't pause, it's always going at like a 2 times or 1 time speed. You would vote for which speed you want it to go at. And just who could take over the most land, fight for the Martian surface because too many companies got the power to go to Mars, something like that. That could become a good movie. Fight for Mars. Oop. What's the plan as well as data analysis? Research the analysis tests. Oh. Drone tool. Circuit additional 2 hubs.
No active research. How much money do I have? Not a lot. The second I can, I'm gonna try to get rare metal exports. Get this quickly. You know what? I'm not sure why I didn't do this earlier. I'm gonna just send my transport rover. Now, probably a lot, if any of you watching this video who have played this before, are probably screaming at me. Easy transport rover. Do it. Next I'm gonna get him to get to this. Hey, that's actually real helpful. Oh. It'd be really nice if those were rare metals or just metals. General.
Sector scanned.
Or you could burn the fuel that you created for like an. I know you can in later upgrades. You use fuel to speed up extractors and stuff like that. And I just really like the feel of this game though. It's nice. You can sort of lay back in intense situations. You can just pause it if you need a second to think. These domes can get huge. Like the radius of this one couldn't be the size of an actual dome. Research personal 100. So this is gonna crawl. And I need some scientists to do some research.
Resources are low.
Ah! Damn it! So I can't export in polymers. That sucks. And I don't know where I could get polymers. I know you can find sometimes they're a bit more rare, but nodes of polymers. 43. 60. It may have just been a later version of the game, and I knew there were nodes of polymers. Polymer is just a fancy word for plastic. Scientific word, actually. Stuck. How about it? So you load resources here, metal, and then you unload them here. Let's do that, and we'll get a bunch of cheap metal. Project Titanium. Oh yeah, there's some real special missions like ice asteroids and stuff like that. It's neat. The greenhouse gases one, I've never. Cardi, keep on cracking the chair, man. I'm probably not going to do the greenhouse gas, costs too much. I can simply get the 2% in the atmosphere by building CO2 processors, I think it's called. It just uses waste rock and 50 electricity, which sucks. This one's already ready to go. I'm gonna put these drone landing pads as far away as I can. Yeah, man. I need this to be loaded up and get out of here so I can flatten the land and place down landing pads. Okay. Any other research? Nope. What was that? Where's BDS? It'd be really nice if we could see that. Grants funding multiple uses for this project will yield diminishing results. Increases sensor
Increase sponsor research. Yeah, microchips are equivalent to gold. It's rare, it's expensive, and it has many uses. Jewelry, electronics, superconductors. At least we have our Lord and Savior, concrete. This drone. You just need 3 more drones. Come on, just a few more drones. It's gonna auto take off. I guess this is the main priority right now. We just call this one the baby dome or something. Oh, thing, get out of here. Flee. Is that static electricity? Ah, you.
Sector scanned.
Please say it's in the range. Please say it's in the range. It's not. It's not in range. What the frick? Just so you know, I'm gaming on a gaming PC. Got it a few years back. Still running strong. How would I place these? At least be able to get 2. Except sadly, these would be in the range of dust, causing for more maintenance. Oh! Here's sizzle. I'm pretty sure that would turn the sand into glass. If you think about it, smashing into something that quick probably would turn it into glass. Oh, and if you try to do a project right now with the atmosphere, since Mars doesn't have a natural magnetic field strong enough like Earth does, the reason why our atmosphere isn't getting blown away by the sun right now is because our magnetic field is blocking the sun's radiation and rays, so our atmosphere is getting blown away. But since Mars does not have a strong enough magnetic field, its atmosphere, well, most of it was blown away a long time ago. Should have our resource extraction as a main priority. These massive funding to increase a lot of scientific focus has been shifted towards it. Top brass wants you to begin installing new upgrades as soon as possible. The tech extractor amplifies may increase the cost 50% less. Okay, advanced tech. Yo, bro, I'm recording. A second. The tech extraction amplifies have been revealed and costs 50% less. We need the polymers, but also I want the amplification tech. I think I just got the amplification tech. Doing well. Yo, check the internet now, Simon. So it's going strong. The man, this big boat dozer is actually very good at stuff. And God, we need the drones. We need the drones. I think the drones just go inside the drone hub when they're not being used. But 3 and this is transaction. I think that's about it for this one. Then we'll come back and see if we can build this dome.